Welcome to the Big Zo podcast. I am he is me. Episode 16 is underway. I want to say what's up to everybody out there, man. Trying to, stay warm. It done got real frosty. The Hulk is officially out. At the beginning of February, it took a minute, but it is here. It is here. This is my time of year. I love it. You know what I mean? I don't have to necessarily be out in it for long periods of time, but I just enjoy the cold weather. I enjoy hoodie season. Like, it's just, I don't know, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it. Um, what's coming up? Oh, lost my train of thought just a quick. But before I get into it, I just want to say a quick couple of birthday shout outs. Trayvon Martin, who birthday was on the 5th, February 5th. He would have been 26, I believe. He would have been 26 had he not been murdered by Fat Boy. I don't even want to say his name, but y'all know it. And also another B-Day shout out to the lovely, beautiful Sandra Bland, whose birthday was February the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she would have been 34 or either 36. I'm not sure, but we all know her story, her tragic story. Routine traffic stop turned deadly later on. But happy birthday to Trayvon Martin and happy birthday to Queen Sandra Bland. Rest in peace, never forgotten. And we're going to keep reminding everybody, we're going to keep reminding the world, we're going to keep reminding this country that of what is being done, what has been done, and what is still being done. We're not going to let up. But anyway, just wanted to do that real quick. So, quick movie review. I watched Malcolm and Marie on Netflix. It is a dope movie. Just came out a few days ago. It stars Zendaya, the lovely Zendaya, and John David Washington, aka Denzel Washington's son, because we tend to not really want to learn people's names. So John David Washington is his name. And this movie, I'ma say it early. I mean, it's only February, but so far, 2 months into the new year, this is probably, in my opinion, the dopest movie out this year. It's set basically, the premise is John David Washington is a movie producer. So he writes this movie, he makes this movie based on Zendaya, who is his girlfriend, his love interest. And it's based on her life, her character's life. And it's very well received at the premiere of the movie. It's very well received and everybody loved it and was giving him praises and stuff. And so it basically just starts from there. It starts with them getting home from the movie premiere. And they go into this whole argument, if you will, about basically everything. But it just stemmed from the movie premiere. It's just like any relationship. One thing happens and then it can just trigger a domino effect for past emotions, current emotions, or current problems, or whatever. But they basically get into it. Zendaya felt slighted. Her character felt slighted. Marie felt slighted. He didn't. I think what kicked it off was he didn't mention her in his thank you speech. He mentioned everybody but her. And he was saying he honestly forgot. And it just goes from there. I don't want to give too much away, but it really shows the real side of a relationship. A lot of times these movies depict these relationships as just a butterfly, and you looking through it through rose-colored glasses, and that's not the reality. This movie was very honest. It was very detailed and very passionate. Both of these actors was just acting their ass off. And shout out to Zendaya. Like, she stepped it up. So if you like followed her career or remember her from, her early work, coming from Disney or whatnot, she has definitely transcended into a very, very good actress and as a woman. So that imagery that you may have of her, she killed it. She really brought it. Like, she stepped up, being alongside of John David. She really brought her A game. Like, I was thoroughly impressed. She's a good actress anyway, off the rip, but she really brought it. She really brought it, and I was just in awe of the movie. The dialogue is so raw. The dialogue between these two is so raw, and I think everybody should see this movie. Everybody, because the way that they were getting at each other it is a lot of people couldn't survive that, because ego and pride gets in the way. And the way that they were having their discussion slash argument, it was very raw. It was very real. It was unfiltered, and honestly, hurtful. It was hurtful. But to me, that's what made it dope, because they were able to get their point off and get their issue off, and nobody shut down. They allowed each other to be transparent. They allowed each other to be honest, brutally honest at times, and they just allowed each other to just be themselves without judgment, if you will. And I just think that when it comes to relationships, because it's not always going to be, sunny skies holding hands skipping down the street. When it comes time to have those real hard conversations, you have to be able to sit back and allow your person to get their issue off and actually listen. A lot of times we just let people talk just so we can have our turn to talk, but we don't actually listen and receive what's being said to us. And they were really getting it in, man. They were really getting it in. I just really think everybody should see this movie, man, because it gives you a blueprint on how you should deal with your significant other. Because a lot of times we avoid those conversations that have the potential to be hurtful. But sometimes you have to have those conversations. And the way they was giving it up, the reality, a lot of people would have either walked out on the other person or broken up or just shut down because they was giving it up. It was intense. And I loved it. It was real because they was going through the motions. Like, 1 minute, they'll be at each other's throat about something, and then cooler heads will prevail, and then they'll be back to being in love and doing all that, and then you know how it is. You sit for a few minutes and something else trigger, and like, damn. So then you get right back into it. Like, it was a roller coaster of the movie, and it just takes place in their home. They get home from the premiere, and it's time to unwind and kick it. But Nah, it don't go that way. And they sit there and they have it out the entire movie. The dialogue was just brilliant. It was brilliant. Zendaya and John David, like, whoever these, hand them out them awards. Like, you could just write their names down. And I'm gonna be honest with you, John David Washington, man, is filling those shoes because he got some big shoes to fill, and he is fulfilling them. His catalog is stacking up. His catalog is stacking up. And we all know, the pressure that could come when trying to follow in, your parents' footsteps, if you will. It's a lot of pressure, and a lot of times people don't deliver. But when you come from greatness, the pressure is on you because, to no fault of your own, people are going to make comparisons, or people are going to have this pre-existing expectation of how you should be, or how well you're going to do. I mean, you just look at the pressure when Michael Jordan kids was playing ball in college. Like, they had the radar on them, and it didn't happen. You got LeBron's son. He's on his way, so he's going to have the microscope and the lights and the heat turned up on him because they're going to be looking at him. All right, we saw what your pops did. Now let's see what you do. Tiger Woods and his boy. Denzel. Hey, Denzel is amazing. I don't think there's nobody out here who will argue that Denzel is, if not the best to do it, he's damn sure one of the best. And his son is quickly getting to that level. If not, he's already there. This movie was it was fantastic. The dialogue was it was brutally honest. No ego, no pride got in the way. And you have to watch it. Like, I don't want to really discuss what they were talking about, but it was very personal, and it was hard. And I don't think a lot of us could do that today because our pride and our ego. I don't want my feelings hurt. You don't want your feelings hurt. So we tend to hold back, but they wasn't holding back. I think even at one point she said something. She brought up something that he said that was hurtful, and he was like, "Yo, the gloves was off. We were arguing. The gloves were off." And it was just a good film, man. It was a good film. I highly recommend it. It was a very good film. It was real. But Malcolm and Marie on Netflix. Check it out. I'm actually going to watch it again because I always feel like I missed something. So I like to watch stuff that I enjoy. I like to run it back, just in case I, may have stopped paying attention at one point, or wasn't, just something may have went over my head. But it was very good. It was very, very, very good. So I got a quick little tip for the men. It's not even a tip. It's just, I made a mistake. So here's my my lesson my lesson that I learned. Men, when you are getting dressed, always get dressed from the bottom up. Work your way from the bottom up. I made the mistake of working my way from top to bottom, but it wasn't intentional. I was getting ready to jump in the shower, so I was getting me some clothes to wear once I got out. So I don't know what happened. I guess I got distracted or something, but I didn't get any bottoms. I didn't get any shorts. I didn't get no pants or nothing to wear. So I get out the shower or whatever, and dry off, and I got my shirt. I ain't tripping, but I don't recognize that my bottoms is not. I didn't pick any out, so I throw my shirt on. I throw my tank top on, and I go to look for my. I'm like, oh damn, I ain't get no bottoms. So I walk to the closet and happen to walk past my mirror and got a glimpse of me with this tank top on and no bottoms. Um, I if Winnie the Pooh was a person, that was me, and I didn't appreciate the look. I did not appreciate the look. So just for future references, men get dressed from the bottom to the top. Work your way up. Socks, underwear, pants or whatever, then your shirts. Don't make them don't make the mistake that I made going top to bottom. It's not a good look. Ain't nothing like having on a t-shirt and you ain't got no bottoms on. And now you know feeling like a Dana Howard or whatever. I don't know. But that was just my little tip for the man or whatever. Also, I was talking to my homeboy as I always do, and he always give me little interesting ideas or whatever. He was just telling me about something, but I just wanted to propose a question. It's not about exactly what we were talking about, but it's along the lines of that. Is I know we have a culture of when our kids turn 18, we tend to try to force them out into the world to be grown. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to subscribe to that. I did it. I mean, moms did it to me. Um, we all pretty much been down that route, been down that road, should I say, where it's either the options were either you go to school and you stay here, you get a job, or you stay here. But you know, we tend to push our kids out the door uh, at an early age, and like I said, I used to because that's how we were raised, and that's what I did. You tend to mimic what you were raised upon. But after reading this article, I changed my views. I changed my opinions, and that's the beautiful thing about being an adult and learning and getting knowledge and doing all of that. You have the right to change your opinion. You could feel one way about something today and then feel differently about it tomorrow. You have the right to change your opinion. So with that being said, I the question is making when your kids are a teenager and they get their first job, whatever it may be. It tends to be a fast food spot or a clothing store or whatever it is. But when your teenager gets their first job, is making them pay a bill or charging them a little whatever kind of a price for rent, if you will. Of course, it's not actual real rent, but it's charging them, it's taxing them, or making them pay a bill, actually teaching them to be responsible. And this is one of the things where I used to think so, because I had to pay, bills when I was 16 to 17. I had to chip in on a few bills or whatever. Um, but the difference was it was needed. It was needed. It wasn't to teach me a lesson. It was needed. And I think that's the difference. That's where the separation comes in at. That's the difference. It was needed. It wasn't like moms was like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, so every month you give me this. It was needed. It was a necessity. So I had to take on, and it wasn't the most expensive bills of the house, but the point is, it was needed. So in that regards, I understand it. But I don't know if necessarily making your child pay a bill or two or whatever is teaching them to be responsible, because that's something that you can't avoid when it comes to getting out on your own. That's going to happen. So life is going to teach you that anyway. So I don't think that they need any help in that department. That's going to teach you, life is going to teach you that anyway. That just comes with being a responsible adult. Excuse me. So what I would think would be more beneficial is to teach your kids to save their money, how to be responsible with their money, instead of instead of us making them pay a bill, because that's going to come regardless. So I would think that we would want to do something differently. Like I said, teach them how to save their money, or even whatever you've learned, how to invest, or what smart purchases, or how to do without. Um, and also with the uh forcing kids to move out of the house early, like once they turn 18 or 20 or whatever. I can't speak for all coaches, but from what I see, we seem to be the only ones who like kind of push that issue. You see other coaches where the kids are in the house until almost 30, and they're not looked at as being a loser or lazy or whatever. They there to like almost 30. And the article I was reading that made me change my viewpoint on that was because when you not put them out, but when you encourage them to leave home early, they're still kids. 18, 21, yeah, it's society says you are a legal adult, but you're really still a kid. You really still don't know anything. You still don't have any life experiences. Uh, you know, so I changed my viewpoint on that. I think that we should allow our children to stay home as long as they need to, as long as they uh feel comfortable, because what you run the risk of is encouraging them to leave home early is to make those silly little mistakes that could be avoided if they had guidance, certain leadership, can get certain advice, instead of just get out there and experience life. Because you can still experience life. They can still experience life from the crib. They can still experience everything that they can experience if they were on their own. Now, there are certain situations, but for the most part, they can still get those life experiences from the comfort of being at home. So I'm not really team encourage them to get out the house early. I think 25 is a good 25 to 30 is a good number. As long as they're being productive and they're trying to establish themselves. So while they're at home, they could be learning stuff that they're going to have to use once they get out into the real world. But you see it all the time. Like you see other coaches where their kids are, encouraged to stay home until they are, until they figure it out. Until they figure it out what they want to do, save a lot of money, save enough money to where when they get out, they don't have to struggle right off the rip. They can put down first and last month's rent and furnish their home or whatever, and still not be struggling or broke because they had enough time to prepare themselves instead of us encouraging our kids to get out of the house at 18, 19, 20, and they don't even have money in a bank account if they even have an account. I think we're setting them up to struggle, not necessarily setting them up for failure because you can't prevail, but setting them up to struggle. And for me, the key is to, as a parent, to have your kids to struggle as less as possible. I think that's insane to want your kids to experience what you experienced as a kid, because we feel like it teaches them values, and it makes them, it makes them hard and all of that nonsense. I just think that's crazy. Nah, I want my son to have the easiest path possible that I can provide, because guess what? Life is going to already be hard and show him what they think of him. So while he's under my care, my tutelage, my protection, my wallet, my dime, I want it to be as easy as possible, because contrary to popular belief, you can still give your kids, you can still provide for your kids and give your kids things, and also at the same time teach them lessons about life. It doesn't have to be either or. Spoil your kid, or either you teach them a lesson. You can do both. You can do both. Two things can be true. I just think we set our children up to struggle when we encourage them to get out there and be to take on the world before they're actually ready. Because 18 to 21, you don't know. Hell, 18 to 25, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You know nothing. So I just think we need to change that, man. We need to change that. We need to uh allow our children to stay home with no pressure, without judging, without looking down on them, and try to help them figure it out. Help them figure it out. So, we have to we have to get into the habit of trying to break these, I guess you want to say, generational curses, that we were raised with. Not all are bad. Not all are bad. But some of the stuff, we have to break. We have to break. We have to break. Because if not, the cycle is just going to be the same. The cycle will remain the same. But that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, at one point I was, all for the, 18, 19, whatever, you need to start trying to live. Nah, it don't work like that. And as I reflect on me when I left the crib at 18, shit, I probably could have stayed a little. I probably should have stayed a little longer. But like I said, every situation is different. I was I at the time, like, privacy. I don't know why, but privacy was I was big on privacy, and I felt like I couldn't have the privacy that I wanted, so I was in a rush to get my own so I can get this privacy, which was overrated. But that's what it is. But anyway, enough of that. Like I said, on previous podcasts, like, I like to, like, when I'm looking for I like to get online and read articles. Like, I like looking for, like, them jaw droppers, or the just kind of like the weird things, everything. You see enough of, murder and politics and social injustice and all that. So sometimes I just look for just kind of little funny, not necessarily funny, but just kind of odd articles. And I saw this one where this lady was arrested. This older lady, she was arrested for stabbing her husband. She didn't kill him. She stabbed him up though. She stabbed him up, and she was arrested or whatever because she found pictures of her husband with a younger woman. And so she saw these pictures of her husband with a younger woman and basically stabbed him, assaulted him, stabbed him up real good. He had to go to the hospital and whatnot. And come to find out, those pictures with the younger woman turned out to be her. They were old pictures. They turned out to be her when she was younger. And that was hilarious because I'm trying to figure out how much have you changed and how much has your husband stayed the same to where you look at this old picture and you think that that's a different woman. And you don't see you see your husband in the picture and you don't think he's younger. But I could see how, you probably saw that she probably saw that picture and thought it was he had messed around in the past. But come to find out the picture, it was her on the picture. It was a younger version of her. So she's now in jail for, I'm sure it's going to be attempted murder because she saw herself in pictures. That made me chuckle. And I saw another one where the girl poured, the guy was on a couch sleep, and she poured boiling water on him while he was asleep. He jumped up and in a panic because he burning, his skin is bubbling. He trying to find his keys to get to the hospital, to drive himself to the hospital. She hid his keys. So she doused him with the hot boiling water, and she hid the man keys so he couldn't leave and go get help. But I think he wound up finding them, whatever, and going. But by that time, all that set in. But they did not release. They didn't. The police didn't release the motive behind. Excuse me. Why she did what she did, which I figured you could pretty much connect the dots on that one. I think it's only one reason, maybe two reasons why somebody would throw hot boiling water on your body, especially while you're sleeping. Only one or two reasons. But here's what gets me. I don't understand, people who damage the property. Like, you get mad, you get wronged or somebody wronged you, and you want to go damage their property like you don't have property. Unless you homeless, that really doesn't work to your benefit because they could just easily turn around and damage your property. So you bust out my window, guess what? I'm going to bust out your window. So we both spending $300 to get our windows fixed. So who really wins besides the window repair people? So I never really understood why people damage people's property when they're upset. You want to bust out windows, you want to pour sugar in the gas tank, you want to egg the house, you want to bleach clothes, you want to, do whatever. I just don't, I don't get that. I don't get that. And I really don't understand it when men do it. I remember this dude poured sugar in my homegirl gas tank one time. Because he was upset because she stopped taking his phone calls. They got into it real bad and broke up. He called, tried to do whatever. She was ignoring him, sending him right to the voicemail. He gets mad and come up to her place of work and poured sugar in her gas tank and ruined her car. A grown man did this. Overly emotional man poured sugar in her gas tank and messed up her car. Cost her some grip too. Now, what was you? Well, mission accomplished. You ruin her car, mission accomplished. But what you think was gonna come out of that? Now suppose she did that to his whip. Then what? Now we just two people without no car. I just don't understand the damage in the property, man. But that's just me. I'm petty. I rather do something like hide something that's essential to you. I hide like all your bonnets, so when it's time to go to bed, you can't protect your hair. Like that's perfect. That's perfect. You're looking all over for your bonnets. You can't find not one. You hear me? Not a bonnet, not a scarf. I hide all them shits. And let's see you keep them. Let's see how them edges look in the morning when you wake up. But that's just me. I'm petty like that. But and then another article I read. This teenager who was being bullied. He was being bullied. This is the, you hear a lot of revenge. You hear a lot of revenge stories. But this one right here, I think, takes the cake. Like, hands down. So my man was getting bullied. This dude was bullying this guy, and he teased him and called him a virgin. He found out my man was a virgin. And so he started bullying him and making fun of him. This went on for like 3 months. And the victim, if you will, I don't know, after the story, I don't know if I want to call him the victim because clearly he won in the end. But the victim turns around and sleeps with every woman that was in the bully's life. He slept with his sister. He slept with his girlfriend. And to top it off, my man hit his mama. He hit the bully mama. I'm assuming the grandma was dead because he probably would have hit her too. Just on the strength. Just on GP. One for the road. Slept with all the women that is important to this bully's life. If that is how you get revenge. He didn't damage no property, but guess what? He damaged them and didn't have to put not one hand on them. That is how you get revenge. You sleep with all the women in the dude family. So shout out to the dude who was being bullied. You won, my G. You won. I was that made me laugh. That made me laugh. Like, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Hit the mama too. The mama. Bad enough you hit my girl and my sister, but then you gonna go and hit my mama. Don't hit my mama. Don't hit my mama. But that was just crazy to me. That was crazy. Because he called the man a virgin. So I'll show you. My first is going to be with the members of your family. That is the ultimate revenge. And I was what is it called? The silhouette challenge. There it is. Why I go blank? The silhouette challenge. Men. Let the ladies have something. Let the ladies have something. We funny like that. Like we make fun of women for doing stuff. Like we'll crack on women all day for little stuff, and then turn right around and do it too. Now I'm not judging the ones who were trying to be funny. Like I saw, what's my man name? He actually from here, to hear more. His silhouette challenge was funny. His was hilarious. But like the men who actually take it serious and try to be sexy, like, stop it. let the women have something. Let the women have something. We poke fun at them all day, but soon uh the new wave come out, we try to figure out how can we get in on it too. And I mean, to each his own. But that's just crazy to me. Now you doing it to be comical, you doing it to be funny, haha. I can excuse that. But when you trying to thought it out and get your silhouette challenge on, nah, that ain't the vibe. Let women have their moment. Let women have their moment. Um, so Sweetheart Day is coming up. Valentine's Day, February 14th. I want to offer a little advice and some suggestions, if you will. It's not groundbreaking. It's not rocket scientist. It's not rocket science. I said scientist. It's not uh uh real provoking. It's not deep thought. It's none of that. It's just some suggestions and a little advice. That is all. So, with Valentine's Day quickly approaching, ladies, here are some suggestions that you can get your sweetheart or your friend or whatever you want to call them. People not big on title these days, but here's some suggestions. You all know you can do the cologne. You can do watches, clothes. You can even do gift cards. Like, I love gift cards. I'm not offended by gift cards. A lot of people don't like gift cards as gifts. Like, not for Christmas, not for birthdays, whatever. They think it's not as thoughtful. But I'm not offended by that because I can go get, especially if you don't know me, then I can go get what I want to get. So you give somebody a gift card, then it's guaranteed that it's going to be put to good use. You're going to get something that you really want. So I'm not really offended by gift cards. But gift cards, watches, cologne, clothes, shoes, hats, hoodies, whatever. Let's start putting a little bit more thought into it for the fellas, because guess what? Unless it's your first time, sex is not a gift on Valentine's Day. Unless it's your first time having sex. After that, it's no longer a gift on Valentine's Day. It's not a gift on Christmas. It's not a gift on birthdays. It is no longer a gift. Put some thought into it and actually get a real gift. That is not a gift. And this just in, late breaking news, hotel sex is the same as home sex. Exact same thing. Just different atmosphere. Exact same thing. I don't know why people think that you you get a room and all of a sudden a new level of freak is going to come out. No, it's not. It's going to be the same freak. Same old freak. Same old freak. Even when you go out of town. You think a new level of freak is on. It's not. It's going to be the same. Same sex. Same sex. It just won't be, it'll just be more voluntarily than usual. Other than the, let me give them something to shut them up. But sex is not a gift. And fellas, sex is not a gift either. Half of the time, ladies ain't getting their issue off anyway. So sex is not a gift either, brother. So, let's just keep that in mind, ladies. Be thoughtful. Or even, excuse me, even pamper your man. Pamper him. We low key like that too. We may not be as vocal about it, but dudes out here getting pedicures and manicures, and we enjoy massages as well. A little spa day for your dude. Do something different. A little spa day. Fellas, do a spa day for your lady too. Don't that home massage, that's not a gift for her. That is a gift for you because you know what it's gonna lead to. You know how we give it up. And give you a little massage. We're gonna, you know, rub on you for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then, that's good enough. Let's get to work. So, give your lady an actual pampering session. Send her out. Get her a nice massage, pedicure, mani, whatever. And, relax. And ladies, get your man one too. We enjoy that stuff too. Ain't gonna admit it. But I guarantee you, if you tell him, hey, I booked you a such and such, he's gonna go. And recommend that he go. Definitely get your man a pedicure because a lot of men don't take care of their feet out here. But just, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It don't have to be all extravagant and expensive. You put some thought into it. Put a little thought into it. Both ways. But yeah, that's my public service announcement. I had something else, but I always forget something. That makes me mad. Like I always forget something. I write my stuff down and I always tend to forget something. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, so be safe. And hold on, let me go back. If it is your first time for Valentine Day, if you want to make it a real gift, let them hit raw. No condoms on Valentine Day. Actually, yeah, condoms on Valentine Day because you know what? You get pregnant in February, you mess around you're gonna have a Scorpio, and we don't need no more Scorpios out here. We got enough. It has to stop somewhere. So yeah, condom sex on Valentine Day. Let's keep the number of Scorpios that are going to be born this year to a minimum, especially if it's a girl. But my next movie that I'm waiting on is Judas and the Black Messiah. I got that shit marked on my I got that memoed. I got that down in my phone. Like February 12th. I think that's gonna be the one. That's the one. Like we starting off strong for us our movies. We starting this 2021 is off to a strong start. You got American Skin, which was dope. A lot of people didn't care for the ending, which I wasn't disappointed, but I kind of wish it had went in another direction, but I understand it. American Skin was dope. Malcolm and Marie, like I just said, was dope. You got Judas and the Black Messiah, which is coming out. I don't want to get the name wrong. It's either Sylvie's Love or Sophie's Love. It's either one of those, but it's on Amazon. That was a dope film. It got a lot of good actors and actresses in it. My man that used to play football, I'm going to screw up his name, but he was dope. He was a cornerback. Namni Asamoah. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But he's married to Kerry Washington. But he's in the film. This comedian that I like, Tone Bell, he's in the film. and it's like a few other people that is in the film, and it's a dope movie. It's a dope movie. I'm loving our love stories, and I'm loving our films where it doesn't end in traumatic fashion. Like, we need more films where we not dying or getting shot or killed for what we believe in or for whatever the reason may be. Like, we could have dope movies that end with us still being alive and being in love and not losing everything. I like those stories, like the photograph with Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. Like that was dope to me. Like I said, Sophie's Love or Sylvie's Love. I apologize for not for having the name correctly. Um, Malcolm and Marie. I'm loving these type of films, and they just dope. But like I said, American Skin was good too. I guess where I thought they were going, they didn't go. I thought they were going to really set it off and get their issue off, but it was just pretty much basically, now you see how I feel. It was pretty much in a nutshell. What I had, the burden and the pain that I had to, the burden and the pain that I had to carry for a year or however long it was. Now you see how I feel. I just, like I said, I just wish it could have went in a different direction. I was hoping it went in a different direction. But I'm loving our films, man. We are off to a very strong start. We're off to a very strong start, and I'm looking forward to um, everything that's going to come this year. And I'm waiting on Uncle Joe. I'm really looking forward to Uncle Joe cutting that 1400. I know we all are. Even the voting, my vote doesn't matter, people. I'm sure you're going to graciously accept that 1400 that voting has granted you to receive. That we yo, I like when people have their stances on something, but then they a little lenient towards whatever it is that can work out in their favor. Because you got a lot of people who was like, voting don't matter. You see it all the time. Our vote don't count. Why you voting? Our vote don't count. Why you voting? But then when something happens that can be beneficial to you because voting counts, then you're quiet. You're quiet. And if this last election has taught us anything, it has taught us anything. It definitely has taught us that your vote matters. Because what they did in Georgia was just phenomenal. Shout out to Stacey Abrams. But what they did in Georgia was just phenomenal. So if you pay attention, your vote matters. It's just us making sure that when we do vote, that we hold the elected officials accountable. Once they get in office, it doesn't stop there. It actually has just begun. So we have to keep our foot on their necks, if you will. And I got it tickled it warmed my heart when they were voting on the COVID relief stimulus package, if you will. I think it was like I don't $1.9 trillion or something. But they voted and it was split. It was split. So out of all these politicians, it was split 50-50 or whatever it is. It was split. So all these old, outdated, prehistoric, greedy ass white men who vote no on the bill tied with the people who voted yes on the bill. And guess who gets to get the last word? A black woman. That is just beautiful that it came down to a black woman getting the final say so. And we all know how women love getting that final say so. But this one was music to my ears right here, buddy. Vote no, 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 no. Okay, we tied. Well, guess what? Come on in here, Vice President Harris, and cast your vote. Oh, it's on me? It's on me? What's the score? Oh, okay. Okay, well, don't worry about it. I got it, B. She stood up. She stood up like, you know what I mean? Snuffing. That's what we here for. So tell me the score again. 50-50? All right. Don't worry about it. I got it, dog. Don't worry about it. She got the last say so. We're going to push this bill through, people. And I just know they was sitting over there boiling on the inside. Boiling on the inside. Because this black woman gets the last say so. That's just beautiful. 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 Music to my ears. I shed it like a thug tear. I did like one tear. It came down or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then I wiped it and threw it, flicked it. It was only one tear. But beautiful. Beautiful. That a black woman got the last say so. And yo, before I get out of here, um, Valentine Day. Hey, um, single people, don't be a Scrooge. It'd be funny though watching them posts. I saw a post that was like, "Yo, all my single people who want to go in Walmart and knock over all that stuff in the Valentine Day section." I thought that was funny, but don't be a Scrooge. Don't be a Scrooge. Let people have they pretend love. Let people be faking love and fake problem free for a day. It won't kill you. It won't kill you to let people uh had a moment. But I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Y'all be easy, be safe, stay warm. Hey, let's keep those who are less fortunate. Let's keep them in our prayers, man. There's people out here and it's cold. Yo, no roof over their head, no food to eat, no clean clothes, no family, no nothing. So let's just kind of pray for them, if you will, because it is bone chilling cold out there. But it's easy to not appreciate what we have, or to take for granted the things that we have, because we're so accustomed to, coming home to lights, coming home to four walls, coming home to warmth and food or whatever. So we tend not to appreciate them and value them like they should be. It took COVID. It took this pandemic to really get people back to appreciating the small things that we tend to, just take for granted and let it fall by the wayside because it's the norm. So now we appreciating things more. We loving things more. We are respecting things more. We valuing things more. And that's how it should always be. It shouldn't take tragedy. It shouldn't take a scare. It shouldn't take life-threatening events for us to do that. We should just already be in that mind frame and to always be thankful, man, and appreciative for what we got. So, let's do that. Let's keep that in mind, man, and let's rock and roll. And yo, let's just, you know, come together, man. Come together, come together, come together, come together. I didn't really want to end it on that note, but you know, it is what it is. But y'all stay safe, man. Stay warm. And to next time, you know, go raw. Peace.